Hey everyone, it's Carrie here. Just before starting this video, just wanna say a few things real quick. So this whole segmented run was made in about like 3 months. It took me a bit. I started in October, September recording footage. Then I put it all together and then we recorded the commentary in December. So just in case if there are any like kind of dated things, that's why, like, for example, we reference world record times that of course changed. And also there are a few ILs here and there that are not up to date anymore, but it's always just by a few seconds, so it doesn't matter that much. Also, keep in mind that this video was kind of made to celebrate my first year of speedrunning, because today, on January the 18th, I uploaded my first Secret Agent Clank speedrun last year. This entire year has been amazing. Thanks to everyone in the community, I made a lot of new friends. I tried out so many different games. It's been such an amazing time. Also, quick announcement, I have Twitch. I do cool stuff there, I speedrun stuff, so yeah, if you don't follow me there, just go hit that follow. Dude! No, you have to be kidding me. There is no way. There is no fucking way. Nah, I'm not gonna get it. No!
Number 12. Monkey attacks 100 people in 10 days.
So, yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Hey everyone, it's Carrie here, and today I'm joined by Jasper.
Hello everyone.
And we're gonna be your host for this commentary for this Secret Agent Clank No Hide segmented run. So first of all, for those who don't know, No Hide is basically a category where we complete the game in NG+, without the trial skip. We'll explain later what it does exactly, but as you can see right now, we're about to start our run. The timer starts when we gain control of Clank. There's just this little cutscene you can't skip before. Just a few seconds. And timing starts here.
And I was actually the one who's playing here. So basically, so you guys know what's going on, we're playing as Clank. There are several levels where you play him, and like there are also a lot of levels where you don't play him. And basically, we have a double jump, we can glide, but it's really slow. And we have some OP weapons because it's NG+, right?
Yeah, exactly. We already have everything maxed out. So as you can see here, we already skipped the first segment. And we're gonna move on to one of the first streak, which is the ledge grab. It's nothing like too crazy, but we skip like a couple of jumps, right?
It's deceptively hard because look at it. It looks like the ledge is a bit away from the thing like below it, but it's actually on the exact same distance to you.
Yeah, you kinda have to like...
It's deceptively hard.
Also stand still a bit when you're trying to do it to not move out of like the part where you can ledge onto.
Yeah.
So you can see here we just did this double jump, and surprisingly enough, that skipped basically out of the level.
It's so sad though. It's a really good. There's some good stuff we skipped, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it makes
Really
the category a bit faster.
Of course, we're going for the zooming here.
So and here's the level is done, and we move on to the first redeem section of this game.
Yeah, and it is a rhythm section. It's mostly an auto scroller, but surprisingly, we actually managed to find stuff here.
Yeah, there are a couple of time saves. Maybe you can explain those as soon as the gameplay here starts.
Yeah, sure. The first time save we have is that if you fail the second challenge here, those are like... it's basically a rhythm challenge, and if you fail it or not, there's gonna be a result in the gameplay. For example, we didn't fail it, we don't get hit by the lasers here. But what we actually noticed is that if you fail the second challenge, it's scary to notice that. As you can see, I'm failing it right here. He's gonna get hit by the laser, and that actually says like 2 frames or something.
Yeah, I found this by accident because I didn't want to re-record my IL footage. So
yeah, he thought he failed that. He thought he failed that, but it saved 2 frames, surprisingly. But we take those, even if it's only 2 frames.
Yeah, considering the fact that you can't really save time. Like at least we thought that you couldn't really save a lot of time here.
It's really cool. but mostly we're just trying to not fail the challenges because most of them do lose you time. But actually, there's a much cooler skip in this level. So the way we found this is that Ratchet Runner. By the way, if you don't know Ratchet Runner in related to this game, he's the guy he's like the plumber of this game. Like if there's a run that just somebody needs to do, he's always the first one to step up to it.
He's the man.
Yeah, and so what he found is that if you spam select during some challenges, including the one that's playing right now, you can actually go into first person. But it wasn't really useful. So what we then did, or basically what I did, is I was spamming select here and doing random stuff, and actually then I got a gold by like 1 second, and I was really surprised. Turns out that if you spam select and hold the left analog stick in a direction, you can actually save like a second in the challenge after this one. Basically the one after this.
Yeah, basically when you kill the guards, because it somehow skips the animation.
Yeah.
Which is something that also happens in the PS2 version. And there it's actually not a glitch, it's something that happens normally. So PS2 was actually kind of faster for this challenge, but now we found about this glitch you can do, and I think this is definitely the best way to do it so far. We also tried many times to like skip the entire level, but we didn't find anything like interesting. I think you do it here.
Yeah. Right now I'm like spamming select and holding the analog.
Yeah, you
left,
see that.
And as you can see, you didn't see him exploding, and that's exactly the time save of like 0.9 seconds.
Yeah, I can also kind of see Clank rotating a bit. It's really interesting because I think the game is trying to, of course, play the cutscene, but you're trying to face another way, and that happens. Pretty cool. Also, something interesting about this level is when Ratchet Runner played this in the max % race. He got stuck here doing the skill point. It's called triple platinum disc. You basically have to get everything right, I think. Yeah, you had to get everything right.
Everything. You can't fail a single input.
Yeah, and he spent like 10 hours doing that single skill point.
Over 10 hours. It was bonkers.
Pure pain.
Like over multiple days, actually, since the Hando run did go over multiple days. So he actually was like, on a new day, he was like, okay, this is my day. He
was waking up to play this.
Yeah.
I think we'll definitely talk
probably
more about this later, about max %. But for now, we can see that this level is done. Here we get to Ratchet 1, the first Ratchet section. Because for those who don't know, you cannot change between characters, and there's a different gameplay in this game. It's interesting.
Yeah, there's actually 5 Ratchet sections.
Yeah, this is the first one. And this Ratchet section is just a simple arena. All of them are arenas, actually, but this one is probably the simplest one. No, not really. Maybe that's Ratchet 3, but here you're just on an elevator on a cell block. And you just have to kill the enemies here. And sometimes you get some kind of like low gravity that can help you to get closer to the enemies. But what we mainly do here is use the mine launcher because it's really OP. And
yeah, originally we used you actually have a Rhino here as Ratchet 2. But turns out we can outperform that by using the mine launcher in most parts of this level.
Yeah, I think Ratchet Runner found this. Because when we did the ATB race, I kept telling him that the mine launcher was so OP. And I think he tried to do every IL with it, and he got world record in each one. So big GG there.
Yeah.
I think what's really broken about it, it's not only like it deals like a ton of damage to all the enemies around it, but he also creates this kind of like pool of oil that is set on fire, and it also like creates free bouncing mines as well.
Yeah, it's like the bouncer as well. Pretty
like look at that.
Stuff.
And of course we have the Rhino as a backup.
Yeah, if they got close to me, I used that. Was my strategy.
Yeah, and the Rhino is actually better against like bigger enemies that we're gonna see. I think in the last round here. Of course, all these arena challenges. You have all weapons here since it's NG+, of course, but we don't really use those. All we use, I think, it's the mine launcher, Rhino, and later the Walloper.
Yeah.
We also used to use the Walloper a lot here at one point, but we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, after we start using the mine launcher.
Oh, but I do think we did equip it here because it's the last round and we run out of ammo.
Oh, he actually died to the mine. I didn't even notice that, I think, in the run.
Okay, as you can see, like, the Rhino one-shots the big enemies.
Yeah, it actually evaporates them, skipping the death animation, which is useful.
Here we have the first Gadgetbot sections. So, here, Gadgetbot's challenges are basically getting to the end of the level by, like, solving puzzles. And you have this stacking mechanic that allows you to stack the 3 Gadgetbots. And you have to basically solve puzzles with that, but here we basically do that super quick. There's also a skill point for completing this level fast, so it's probably the intended way to play it. We don't really use any glitches or tricks except for like the last elevator.
This IL is so optimized, by the way. I tried beating it for days, I failed.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most optimized ones.
He does like everything so perfectly, like he always leaves the elevators like frame perfectly, though the game is at 30 FPS, but he often leaves them frame perfectly when he's able to do it.
Yeah, you can see here I'm gonna skip the elevator by just stacking them and restacking them after getting on top. And here in the final section you can actually destroy those lasers 2 at a time, as you can see here. If you get in the middle and just attack, you can destroy both of those. So you save like a couple of seconds.
You can bet he does that for everyone. Oh my god. I hate that IL.
It's really good. And here we get to Asianica, the second Clank level. As you can see, we already got a skip on that bridge by just jumping while it was falling.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
We get multiple of those. We get multiple of those.
Yeah, there are like 4 or 5. And in this first section, we just kill ninjas. And after that, we play the rest of the level where we get our first gadget, which is the lockpick. This level is basically RNG based, not only because of the lockpick, but there's also like the ninjas that have like some invisibility frames, and it's really hard sometimes to deal with those. But as you can see, like so far I'm doing pretty well. Of course, we use the cufflink bomb, which is the strongest weapon in the game. Like no doubts about it.
More annoying than invincibility frames, because they'll just be invincible for 1 second and then teleport away and
true.
The next bridge skip. And here we have the first lock.
So how the lock
that is
works?
So insane RNG.
The lock is basically a match game. You just have to match the colors. Except it's really like super RNG based, because sometimes you get wrong colors, especially when you're close to the end, and sometimes you just get the wrong colors. Like you can probably spend several minutes on a lock just because the AI sucks and it doesn't give you like the right color.
Why were you attacking him? I don't see the point.
I think one time I spent like 5 minutes on it because I had only green left and it kept giving me orange. You can probably even get soft lock with this if you're unlucky enough. But yeah, as you can see, I got pretty good lock. It's basically the main part of this level, like solving locks really quickly. We're also getting close to one of the big skips we do in this level, where we basically skip a bunch of enemies you're supposed to stealth kill.
Yeah. The only really big skip, because it actually saves a lot to not need to stealth kill all of these enemies.
I think I actually die here.
Sneak attacks are so... He does.
Yeah. It's actually...
It's still OP.
Yeah, because I got super good locks. It doesn't matter.
He got carried. He got carried.
Yeah, as you can see, basically jump on that geometry there.
You can fail this jump. That bad if you fail this one. And you get more bridge skips.
Yeah. You can always hit the bridges from far away, and it probably
that's important.
Because if you get too close, you might not be able to do it. So this is the the last lock. Okay, yeah, you can see that this one is also pretty good. Getting rid of purple now. And you get to the final section of this level, which is basically a small arena where you have to fight the ninjas.
It's 2 waves, so, and then the level ends.
Yeah, this is basically just spamming the cufflink bomb.
Yeah, there's actually a mechanic which allows you to really fastly throw the cufflink bombs, so that's always useful, especially for the boss. But we're going to talk about that later.
And we just got to Thor.
This is first of actually 5 quark levels. So basically it consists of 2 phases. We can punch and shoot the blaster, and the route I use here to get him below the health threshold to go to phase 2 is instantly use the blaster, then load it up again, dodge the missiles, use it again, dodge the missiles again, and then punch him at the right timing, and that's the fastest way we know to do this.
Yeah, this is where second phase starts.
Yeah, already the second phase.
And here in the second phase, you do a technique that is basically pretty new, I think.
It's I think this is the newest trick in this category.
Yeah, probably. For sure, I think.
Yeah, so basically what happened is this level went through many stages of optimization, and the most recent one is that a strategy we found which allows us to cancel some cutscenes allows us to completely sequence break this boss. So basically I triggered him coming down, and usually there would be a cutscene now, but I'm going to pause the game when the screen fades to black, then play an in-game cutscene, and that's gonna cancel the cutscene. And also what's gonna happen after the cutscene. And this sequence breaks this boss, and now he's just some kind of mannequin.
Yeah, this works for like most cutscenes in the game. But here it's the only like instance where it's useful.
I just wish we could do more damage with this punching.
Yeah. Sadly we can't really use the laser here. And there we go, it's done. Now we move on to what's basically the shortest Clank level, or Clank section actually, because it's not really a level. Which is Glaciara. So Glaciara is basically like a 3-second Clank section, I'm not even kidding. Where you then get a rhythm section. As you can see, it already started. It's literally like
about
3 jumps.
Let's not forget about any percent where you have to go shopping.
Yeah, true.
There's like this vendor at the beginning. Yeah, and now we're at the second rhythm section.
So
where,
here,
surprisingly again, we have 2 skips again.
Yeah, exactly. You have to fail 2 sections, right?
Yeah, it's 2 that save time.
Which ones again?
Right. It was the one where you get shot in the tush, and the one which is the one after like this green well, like a green water thing.
Oh yeah.
And the other one is where you get shot by the guys with the laser cannons.
Yeah, those are the only ones that save time, sadly. Because I think when you dodge the arrow, you get a longer cutscene.
Exactly.
Like, because you hit the chef set
faster
or something.
to get shot. Yeah.
This level is actually really interesting. What we found in it. It's not really something we use, but like for example, you can explore this part of the level as Clank. If you do a Tanglevine Tower before hitting the trigger, you can fly to the other side, and you can actually walk in the ballroom as Clank.
Why don't you explain what a Tanglevine Tower is?
Oh yeah, I should probably do that. Basically, you have to stack Tanglevines against a wall, And if you do that, you can glide, and you can gain height by gliding on top of the tangle vine. And when you pause, the tangle vine not counter but timer resets, so you can spam even more tangle vines. And we do that to get here with Clank. There's nothing like really too interesting, but we found something cool down like. So basically, the reflection you see on the ground, it's actually the same ballroom copy pasted but upside down. And there's also some other cool stuff under the map. There are like 4 boxes, ammo boxes more specifically, and we tried for like so much to get there and try to interact with those, but it's impossible. For some reason, they're basically just below the death barrier. And we think those might be some kind of leftover from an arena section, or at least enemy section here. And they just left those down there. It's really
Most
interesting.
likely. By the way, we actually missed the first challenge we had to fail. It's so easy to miss them, I'm telling you. Hardest trick in the game. So that saved 2 seconds getting shot in the tush there.
Yeah. I think the next one is coming on pretty soon. I think it's the next one. Oh no, there's the thing first.
Yeah, the
okay.
one after this. First I have the chandelier. I wonder if they also make it fall in the reflection. Probably. They just don't show it.
Yeah, they don't show it, I think. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not even there, you can see.
Less hassle, I guess.
What's
So,
interesting
yeah,
about
here's
the
the other
chandelier is that it actually has collisions.
Yeah. That's surprising. So yeah, we failed this rhythm challenge. And this actually saved a whopping 6 seconds to fail it.
Nice. And there we go, this is the last one.
Yeah, with that the level ends.
If you fail this one, it deals a ton of damage, because Clank basically explodes.
Yeah.
But there we go.
You still need to be careful though, because if you skip like too fast, if you cutscene skip too fast, it can like lose you a bit of time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so no time for breaks here. So now we have this first of 3 race levels. And basically in these levels, right now we have like 8 bombs. We can also restock our ammo. And to make it end, we need basically we try to kill like the set number of waves as fast as possible. You can even see me break often to match them with the trees, like here, so it perfectly matches them with the tree. Yeah, so when you kill all waves of enemies, then the level end trigger basically spawns. But it's like there are certain areas which result in certain level end triggers. So yeah, there's like different endings.
Yeah, it's really weird how this works.
Yeah.
Like, especially you'd think they make like an actual level where you have to run through, but no, you just have to kill the enemies as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's like infinite if you don't kill the enemies.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you're using like the trees a lot.
Yeah.
Even I think that what makes them like really viable is the fact that Clank kind of like stops in front of them when he gets hit.
Yeah.
So the enemies crash as well there.
And you can also use these bombs there, that the one vehicle. Oh yeah, here you can see me braking so they line up, so that they spawn even here. And now I can just throw 3 bombs there.
Yeah, you basically have to lose time to save time.
Yeah, I think I also knew the patterns by heart, so it's like not RNG if 2 or 3 enemies spawn behind you, so I always knew that, I think.
Oh, those bridges, by the way, you can break them.
Oh yeah, that's also that's a kind of easy way to kill them quickly. That's true.
Yeah, especially because you can't die when you break them, right?
You can also see me going really low health here, all the way to 15, I think. But
You kind of have to get to low health to like make most out of it.
Yeah, you want to use all of your resources. Thug life.
You actually have ways to tell if if you made it in time or not, because there are actually like some events that spawn in this race section. I think here it's the helicopter, right?
Yeah, if you get the helicopter, you know that you didn't kill them all, because they don't spawn if you killed all wave.
But as you can see, we're done.
Yeah.
And we're moving on to Ratchet 2. Now this second Ratchet section takes place in the mess hall. And it has like these weird gimmicks of these 4 ball cranks around the map that you have to crank, and if you don't do that, small tyrannoids start spawning. And to end the level, we need all 4 of those cranked by round 6. So how we handle that is we basically just leave them open until round 5, where we start closing them, so they don't open anymore. We just, I think we just close 2 of them at round 5, and then the last 2 at round 6.
It's basically a waste to open them earlier, since they just reopen by the time you get to the end of the level.
Yeah, but we're still using the My Launcher and the Rhino matchup again.
Yeah, especially since there's like multiple enemies spawning at the same time, so we can already throw mines where they're going to spawn. You can see they're like raining down at different places.
Yeah, exactly. We also have knives here that you can hit to... so when you hit the knives here, they basically chase the enemies. Like they're... For some reason they have... they start chasing enemies and they deal some damage. So they're kind of useful. We don't go for those though, because we have the mine launcher, and the mine launcher can destroy them like just by existing, because it has a huge explosion. So we just closed one of the last ones. This is the last one, I think. And we already killed the 2 big enemies that spawn around 6. So here we go.
That was fast.
Now we have Rhinosis.
Yeah, this is kind of like a stealth level.
Yeah, probably the weirdest Clank level.
I would agree, especially in a speedrun setting, since a lot of the time you like need to stop moving.
Yeah,
you just do
basically
nothing.
have to kill all the henchmen before you get to the end, because you have to chase the Kingpin here. And we do that by distracting them and then killing them with the Cufflink bomb. In 90% we basically still use the Cufflink bomb, but we actually have to punch them a few times to not waste ammo, but here we have the PA, so we're fine.
Yeah, and it's especially hard in any percent. There's like so many ways to instantly lose this level, and in fact then like 50 seconds.
Yeah, you also have to make sure you don't get too close, because you can fail it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But there are actually like some precise points where you can distract the enemies or not. It's weird, but you can basically get 2 in the first section we just did, and then the other 2 after this cart, I think.
Yeah.
This tourist stand. So there's the first one, and yeah, that's also something that happens if you shoot your weapon in this part. Henchbot will start spawning, so watch out for those. And here we just have to chase the Kingpin. Also, something interesting about this level is that there's a way to skip the last half of the level. And
which is a lot.
Yeah, especially since it's pretty tricky as well. And the way we do it is just, you have to open the menu and you already have the next level in your menu. I think this was found by Wizuwu.
I don't remember, but it was surprisingly not known by some people.
Yeah.
For example, Yamanadu, which is like surprisingly a Japanese runner who ran this for quite a while. I remember telling him, like, he was helping me and then I was helping him, like, you can actually skip like 2 minutes here. I told him.
Yeah, as you can see.
Yeah, that already was it.
Now we have gondolas, and this is an enemy section where you're fighting on top of these gondolas, and to complete the level as fast as possible, you have to basically jump from one gondola to another to make sure the enemies don't jump before you do. Because if they do jump, you have to, like, I think it's 10 seconds of invincibility where they can't die, and it's really annoying. That loses a ton of time. And also after these enemy sections, there are actually 2 of them. You get a small platforming section that we basically skip in its entirety. So here I get ammo, because of course you want to get some ammo before you start the second section.
Actually, we should mention this. Of course, we have the PDA in this game, so
Yeah, true.
we have infinite ammo. But obviously, if he has the time to get it, he can avoid using the PDA.
Yeah, I use the cufflink bomb to hit the crate, so the ammo comes flying to me and it saves time. Here the helicopter starts shooting at the gondolas, so we have to run away from it.
Yeah,
you
it's the
can't.
next section.
You basically can't save time here. It's a pretty like scripted section, because even if you go too fast, you die because there are death barriers. So you just have to take your time here and get to the next. I think it's 6 gondolas.
I think it's 9.
Oh yeah, true. Because they add
This
another.
time bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
And also more enemies, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you definitely get more of the enemies that explode.
This level is, by the way, much harder in any percent.
Yeah, because you have to get the V3 cufflink bomb by the end of it, right?
Yeah, and and you also need to make sure you have a certain amount of cufflink bombs left, because there are no shops, and it's important to have enough cufflink bombs. We are no PDA in any percent, none of that.
By the way, I think
it's for hardcore gamers.
we could talk about the skip you... Well, not really a skip, but the theoretical skip you recently found on this level here.
You mean like the jolly skip?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so what happened is I was playing around the cheat engine, wanted to teleport myself to a certain location, but then I like confused the plus with a minus and just ended up on the next level after this level, which is a quark level. And I mean as Clank, like I ended up there as Clank, coincidentally. And it turns out that we have a way to kill that boss as Clank, a really hard way where you risk soft locking, but it's 1 minute faster than if you kill him with Quark.
It's really weird that that's a thing, because like we checked with other levels, and most levels are like not loaded at the same time together. Like for example, Bolter and the Jamwing are completely different levels. I think the only exceptions here is probably Gadgebot 1, which is we think it's actually I think it's definitely loaded in Oceanica, but we don't know how to get to it.
We should mention that we skip a lot of this level here.
Yeah, we just do this out of bounds trick.
Yeah,
and we get to the end.
Tanglevine. You use the Tanglevine to clip. It's basically like the mini turret from a lot of Ratchet games.
Yeah, it's the oob weapon.
Yeah. And also like a turret-ish weapon.
So this is the Jolly fight. By the way, I should probably mention why we call it Jolly. As you can see on screen right now, it's because that is the way it's called in the Italian version. And it just sounds funny and silly, so we decided to keep the name as like the official name for it. The Clank fight here, if you get here with Clank, it's super cool. Because, yeah, you risk soft locking, but it's basically a challenge where you have to deal like a ton of damage
super hard
before you can soft lock.
Guy as Clank, but it's also super hard and super fast and super high risk. So I wish we could see that trick happen in the future.
Yeah,
but we are not
really
there
cool.
yet. We're not there yet.
Yeah, because if you basically get to half of his health, you soft lock because an animation would play, but you're not playing as Quark. So of course you soft lock. But
yeah,
as you can see, this fight is pretty short.
You're on 6 HP, what the hell?
Yeah, you have to risk it and just punch him in the face.
I mean, if you did this in NG+, you could use the Konami code.
Yeah, true, you have the Chalice of Power, I think it's called. Something like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that later, but it's basically a Konami code that restores your health. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So here we have the casino, probably one of my favorite levels. For like how cool the route is here.
This might be one of the sickest ILs this segmented consists of.
Yeah, I basically rerouted the whole level and it's super cool now. So basically you get this new gadget called the Holo Monocle here that lets you disguise as the enemies. And you have to use it to get past certain doors that only certain enemies can access them, basically. So here what I'm doing, I'm just going super fast, and my goal is to get behind this guy, to take a picture of the waitress, and by doing that, I get ahead of the cycle. You normally don't do that.
The timing is so small.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
it's a really
insane.
small time
This
window.
trick is actually insane.
And basically skip one cycle and get ahead. It's super cool. Here we do a strat called Yamanaru clip. Basically, clip through this door, and you avoid taking a picture of the lead guard. So you use the Tangle Vine, and then we hit the guy to hit the checkpoint and immediately reset. And then here I think I equip, yeah, the Hypno Watch. I'm gonna show you what that does in a minute, but basically, normally in No Height, there's a guard here in the next room that you have to kill with a stealth takedown. But I use the Hypno Watch here instead to distract the guy. And I think I do it on 3 more guards, yeah, to get to the end. And it's super fast, it's super cool.
Yeah, this used to be the real shit, but sadly it's like not useful anymore, is it?
Yeah, probably not if you're doing NG0. That we're gonna talk about it later, but yeah. So the level is over here, and we get to Ratchet 3, probably the easiest Ratchet section. You're basically in the courtyard and you have to kill waves of enemies that are all spawning in front of you. So the Rhino and the Walloper just do the job here. You don't need the mine launcher, it's even slower, because with the Rhino in this game, it has a huge area of effect, so you can also kill enemies that are completely behind you.
Yeah. And it one-shots everything.
Yeah, even the bigger enemies in the last round, they get completely obliterated here. I guess this level also have like a gimmick of some traps that can hit you, but I mean, we literally don't care about those. Like, you can see that they are shooting at us, but I don't think we got hit once.
We literally need a way to kill the final boss with Ratchet, with the Rhino. I want to see that.
Yeah, that would save so much time. And
annihilate him.
Oh no, I think it's ready time.
For?
Poker.
Oh no.
Okay, so this is probably the worst section in the game.
Yeah, it's where we have to do most of our commentating job.
And it's also the last rhythm section, thank god. But it's also where we do our legendary poker strat.
Since this run is so long and, you know, I need to drink water, so naturally I need to go to the toilet. So right now I'm actually not even on front of the controller, I'm just on the toilet.
Yeah, that's what we call the poker strat.
So sadly there's like no time saves in the rhythm section here. It's like the only rhythm section where we didn't find any. And we tried a lot. Like I manually tested every section if it saves time or loses time to fail them, but no results.
Yeah.
No results.
But there's also something that makes this level even more annoying. As you are gonna see soon, you basically also switch to Gadgetbots later, and you have to kill a certain amount of enemies to proceed. And sometimes you can softlock in that section, because if you stand too close to the edge, it's theorized that the enemies get stuck in the wall and you can't proceed. So sometimes when you get to this level, you just softlock and you can't do anything about it. And of course you lose the run.
It seems to have to do something with standing too close to the edge. I didn't get it in a long time.
Yeah, true. I don't think I've ever got it, actually.
Would make sense.
So yeah, but I think we could take the time here to talk about max percent. I think we mentioned it earlier. Max percent is really interesting. It's basically this super long category that nobody even thought of doing, except for
us.
Exactly. Well, not me, but Jasper and Ratchet Runner actually did a max percent race last year.
Yeah, the world record is 41 hours.
Yeah, you also did Hunt, but yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Why don't you tell me how and why you guys came out with that idea out of nowhere?
Well, we had that troll idea. There were like no runs for Hundo, no run for max percent. The rules literally said like something like if you're, I don't know, the rules even said something about it being crazy. I don't know, but so we did that, and the Hundo run is already really long, like 20 hours, like 21 hours, like optimally, or what was it? I don't remember, but we did that, Ratchet Runner and me, and then we were like, okay, now that we already have already done this, we might as well get all the weapons to max level, and then it's a max % run.
It was so legendary. I think it took you guys like 4 days or 3, don't remember.
I don't remember, but it could probably be doable in not 41 hours, but I see like a best possible time, something like 2x hours for sure it's possible.
I think no one would ever think of beating it, honestly. But who knows?
Yeah, but actually, let's go back to the run, because I think it's, wow, that story really made it go fast. I think this is already the second part where we fight with the Gadgetbots, isn't it?
No, I think this is still the first.
Huh, maybe the time also ran really fast for you.
Yeah, but here what you have to do, as you can see, you have to kill the henchman, and you just want to do that as fast as possible.
I actually think it's already the second one.
Oh, that might be the case, but I don't know. So you can see that some of them spawn with a card, and those with the cards actually tend to go to the other players to give them the card and damage Clank, while the other ones will target Clank and attack him to damage him. So you just want to make sure they don't reach their like target.
Fun fact, I didn't know that when I got this IL world record, and this one is actually really sick. It's the only time this level was beaten in under 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's
actually
really hard.
Sick, probably because of like RNG. For some reason I just got not so many enemies,
Like,
or I killed them really fast.
Normally in a run this level is like 9 minutes.
Maybe not so much, but I don't know, an average time would be like 8 minutes and 20 seconds or something, so basically like
Yeah, it's still
25
really long.
seconds faster than this. So this is really a exception of RNG. Though maybe you could RNG manipulate it. I think that the spawns are dependent on where you like go.
As you can see, we were just on the first one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I told you.
I thought the story would make the time go so fast.
Nah, don't worry.
Damn.
But, what I remember is that like one day when I first heard about the max % thing, I thought I saw basically on the I think it was the SAC Discord, yeah, Ratchet Runner asking me and you if we wanted to race 100. I was like, what? Like, are you insane? And you guys actually did it. So props to you, I guess.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, there was also this really interesting thing of, I remember you were grinding, right? And one guy came out of nowhere and like basically gave you a way to grind faster or something like that, right?
It was so out of this world. Just some guy we've never met. He speedrun. He like ran some Clank, Ratchet and Secret Agent Clank casually. Came in and told us of this glitch. Basically, in the second challenge of the 4th Ratchet level, the first 12 aroundish enemies yield you like the quadruple amount of XP. But then the enemies give you no XP, so you just restart the level after killing like 12-ish enemies, and it just saved us hours on the grind, like maybe 7 hours. That was a good thing.
Yeah, that was insane. And we also found out that trick is even faster on PS2 because you get more experience. So who knows? Maybe max % is actually somehow optimal on PS2.
Yeah, maybe. I hope not.
Of course, for those who don't know, we don't run PS2 because the loads are incredibly long. Like, we're talking about, I think it's 1 minute plus or something of loads.
But wait, that would maybe be even more optimal since you have time to go to the toilet.
Oh, true. You do the poker strat on every load.
Yo, yeah, that's like But what about the bolt grind? There's no way PS2 is faster because of the bolt grind.
Yeah, that might be the case.
So yeah, maybe let's talk about why hundo is so long. So of course there's like, you need to complete the game like every rec game you hundo 2 times. But then there's like, how much skill points are there? Like,
I think it's at least like 2 for every
80?
level, so a lot of them. Yeah, I think it's
like,
around 80.
It's 80 skill points. And
Some of them are really hard, by the way, like insanely
yeah,
hard.
like there is like this cheat sheet that Dasby made, one of the old school runners. I hope he comes back. Like this cheat sheet that, like it's like a route sheet, and you can read it. It tells you the route. The thing is that the skill points there, they are not really explained in a way that's like foolproof. Like, as someone who speedrun this game for over a year, I just didn't get some of the skill points. Like, I didn't understand how to get them.
Yeah.
Some took me hours, and it's not like with Ratchet Runner, who failed, where he was the one who took 11 hours ish to beat the first rhythm challenge, like the triple platinum disc skill point we talked about. It's not even like that. Like, he knew what to do. He just needs to press the buttons in the right timing. But for some skill points, I just hours long didn't know how to get them. Like,
Yeah.
like for example, the Rhinosis one, where it said something like, what did it say?
I think there is one for the trash cans and one for the enemies.
It's like you need to hit every trash can, it said in the cheat sheet, but actually you had to not kill a single guard. Like, you had, like, basically you alert the Kingpin and then he sends out a guard, and basically what you needed to do to get the skill point was only alert him with the trash can.
Yeah.
And it's like super specific, and there's just no way to know that from the description.
It doesn't help that for some reason this is like probably the longest rack game to complete.
Yeah.
Oh, we got finally through this, and we're going to Van Antonio.
We need like a video of every successful skill point attempt so we can easily analyze how to get it before we go for an actual optimized run.
Don't know what that's gonna happen, but
yeah.
In this level you all again play as Clank, and this level is pretty straightforward. You just have to do a few clips, and then you so first what you do here, you skip a cutscene that also loses like a lot of time if you get it, because it blocks the way. Yeah, this one. And then we already have the blowtorch briefcase, so we don't need to get it, and so we can already open the first door here. Now we have this room where you have to just destroy that machinery with cufflink bomb. Because for those who didn't notice, like, we use some weapons as gadgets in this game. It's really weird.
You didn't do the super fast clip though.
No.
You think you were fed up with the level or something, right?
Yeah, I timed it. It's actually not that fast. So for those who don't know, there is actually a super hard clip there that was found by Alcon, and it's insanely difficult. Like, probably one of the hardest things I ever tried in this game.
It doesn't save much, no.
No, sadly. Where you basically just use a Tango Vine against the door and clip through it, but for some reason the door has weird collision because it's like in a really weird position, and it's also like diagonally like aligned with the wall, so it's more difficult to creep through it. But we then get to this section where we just have to jump on these platforms, and here we normally have to go to the right, but we go to the left because there is a titanium bolt room, and if we clip there we can actually skip an entire room and get to the end of the level.
Yeah, the clip really allows us this like sequence break of the rooms here.
Yeah, we also find a lot of possible clips we can do to get to the end, but so far sadly we didn't get any of them to work. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm in the titanium bolt room, and then I clip out of this one. Oh, never mind, second try, I guess. There you go. And here to the left, you have the ending of the level. You want to make sure you avoid the enemies, especially like the red amoeboids. Those are really annoying.
Yeah, and we should note that we're like always jumping on and off it, like gliding between, so it goes up. But there's no real time to rest here because now we have an insane IL coming up.
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm trying to do here is killing enough enemies until a certain minefield is there. And you can see that a lot of enemies I actually killed with frame perfect bomb placements. Yeah, I just perform a route I learned by heart. I figured out this route with save states and then just went for it.
Yeah, this is super cool, such a great IL. Especially compared to the other races that are kind of slow.
It's like basically I tested and then I went for it. So basically I killed enough, and then there's like you can hear it, right? That there's like basically like 10 enemies died to this minefield.
Yeah, and then you just get
and
to
you get the ending, and this is quite optimized.
Yeah, that's really cool. And now we have the Quark Opera coming up, one of the greatest levels of all time.
Right.
In this level, you basically play as Quark, and you have 2 different challenges that are basically acts. And it's really cool, it's pretty funny.
More like 5, right?
Yeah, I think it's 5. It was supposed to be 6 actually.
Yeah.
Because there are actually a cut section here.
Let's actually head straight in again and talk about the challenge. Or so basically I got this IL world record, and it was surprisingly hard. Like Ratchet Runner got it like the first time he went for an IL, and I failed to beat it for like ages. But then I beat it here. So basically, what I'm trying to do is you need to protect Quark's left butt cheek, because if it gets hit, the progress bar on the bottom goes back. And then at the end, I need to be careful to prevent a new wave from spawning. Basically, I'm slowly killing these guys here, so that I kill the last enemy. Now the progress bar disappears, and if you kill them too fast, another wave can spawn. It can lose you 15 seconds. It's insane. And then there's like here these waves of enemies spawning.
Yeah, here you just have
always
to go for the sea lemurs.
Oh yeah. Myths say that they throw poop at you. I don't believe it. My childhood, it was different in my childhood.
What's really interesting about this is that they all spawn like from the same spot, so you can go there sometimes and punch them, and that completely one-shots them every time. So it's pretty efficient.
Yeah, and I think there's also a possible way to skip a wave. I don't know if I do that here, I don't think so. Like you can just skip a wave from spawning somehow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but no consistency there yet.
Okay, you also have, by the way, those targets that if you hit, actually damage the enemies.
Yeah.
But we don't use those here, because it's
especially
fast.
Since in the last part more of these targets come.
By the way, I think this is one of the longest parts in this section. Yeah, this is
also
really
the
annoying.
most boring part to play.
Yeah, it's both boring and tedious at the same time, I think. Because you have to
and
kill
there's like
the
random
amoeboids.
time loss. I don't understand this section.
Yeah, I think it's basically some kind of auto-scroller here. But you have to kill the amoeboids, and they release these drops that you have to pick up to activate Quark's laser eyes.
Maybe it's wave-based though. I think it's somehow wave-based in a way we don't understand. Because there's like somehow I get like 8-second differences in this level. And I don't know why.
That's weird. I think what makes this so annoying is the fact that when you go against the big ones, you're gonna get hit anyway, because they then split into 2 of them and they try to attack you. And you also, like, this is pretty annoying to do in max percent, because I have a super difficult skill point here, right?
Yeah,
I think it's called Magnum Opus.
it's notable. Right? There's multiple hard skill points. One of them is Magnum Opus, and it's like you need to beat this level without getting hit a single time.
Which is super hard, especially in this section.
Yeah, it's hard. And there's also another skill point where you have to get a certain amount of points in this level. And if you're insane, you can try to get them in an optimal max percent run. You would probably try to get all 3 skill points in this level at once.
Yeah.
But that could be a really, 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 really hard combination.
If I remember correctly, there's also one for like smashing. I think it's 3 butterflies in the next section. I don't know. To remember something like that.
Was it 3 or 5? Probably 3, since
Yeah.
it's kids, not gamers.
True.
For an optimal, for an optimal, the next part is actually the hardest in my. Yeah, it clearly is the hardest, since you have to deal with RNG, and I actually had to practice it, and it was my biggest enemy for getting a 149 any percent. So now we have like these dogs that spawn, and I'm going to run in this one corner, and I always know that 5 dogs spawn there that I can jump. And I should mention that there's this bar on the right, and it like increases exponentially for how much dogs you jump on consecutively.
Yeah, it has a multiplier.
And one consistent way to get this really fast is first doing the 5 jump I did at the beginning, and then getting a 6 jump. Oh, I actually failed that there, I guess. It's really hard to, like, how you get this consistent, because these dogs there, they can like jump in random directions, and it's unpredictable.
Here you
So
have
what
this
if
more
he
boss
just
fight.
jumps away the moment before you land on him? I don't know if it's possible consistent. It's finicky.
Here you just have to punch and you won't die, by the way. This fight is super easy.
Yeah, but maybe we could optimize it
Probably.
by delaying some punches in accordance to like the boss has like invincibility frames, and maybe you could like delay punches and sync them up with the invincibility frames or something.
And here we get to the last section, where you have to fight basically all the enemies at once.
Yeah, this one's fun.
Yeah, because you have the weapon here that is different as well, because you can see we can shoot much faster. And it has these red projectiles. So we can just pump
This
the
one,
weapon and
yeah.
it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, and this one is wave based. I know that for sure.
Yeah,
And
it
you can
definitely
do,
is.
and with the target things, I can do funny optimizations. Like I know they are going to get killed by that, so I turn around and shoot them, and stuff.
You also can see how close you are to completion, because you can see that giant sea monster. When
Yeah, on the left.
yeah,
this
when
one's
when
good.
it has all the eyes closed, you can you basically finish the level and you can go in and kiss it. Yeah, that's how the level ends, by the way. Also,
You kiss it and then you stab it.
yeah, exactly.
Because Quark is such a nice guy. That's how we love him. Pulling a Quark there.
Also, of course, the giant amoeboid spawns as well here. Really annoying, but thanks to the sandbags, they get completely obliterated.
Yeah.
You can also
I guess.
stand on top of the volcanoes here, but it's pretty useless. And it doesn't really save time.
You can? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you can. I guess if
Man,
you
we
want to play
tried
it safe.
breaking this level, but we didn't find anything. I teleported all around the level, but it didn't do anything.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, so the sections are like loaded in the same area? Like they're not,
Yeah.
it's not Quark getting teleported in different rooms, I guess, then.
Yeah, it's like just this opera is getting modified with each sub-level.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, so finally we get to 4th now, which is
Yeah.
one of the coolest levels. You play as Clank again. And here we basically, I think this is the longest level, but like casually at least. And
Could really be.
yeah, and here you just have this first section where you have to break these rocks and this, how do you even call those? Like you have to use the tarang on those cables to make the boxes fall. And
Yeah.
we skip these ones because we just jump on top of them. Pretty easy to do.
And there's some cool corner cuts, saving over a second in the sum.
Yeah, and here we skip a pretty big part of the level by just doing one tricky jump here. It has to be
Yeah,
really
it's really
precise.
tricky.
But then we get
not only that,
to the
not
lock.
only that, like the camera gets suddenly changed, so you need to also flip your analog stick at the right frame.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard.
In this section we tried a lot to clip through the glass, but sadly we didn't manage to do it, so we have to do the lock. But thankfully we have a pretty good lock here, as you will soon see.
It doesn't look too good. Like you can see that there's a lot of tiles, but actually it's really good.
But then I get the bone.
You always
How do you even call like the one that removes a color, like
omnicolor removal tool? I don't know.
It's pretty good. Here you will normally have to fight 2 waves of enemies, but I just clip through the glass. So I throw a tangle vine and then I stuck another one after opening the PDA. Because as I already mentioned, when a menu is open, the tangle vine timer doesn't stop. So you can throw more than one of them and you can like stack them. And also when you stack tangle vines, as we will also see I think on Hydrono, you get better clips. Like it kinda gives you a better chance to clip every time. So
kind of.
Yeah, it's really weird how it works, but basically with 1 you can do a pretty simple clip, with 2 you get a bit more consistent, and with 3 you basically clip through instantly. That's how it works.
Usually it's the less tangle vines you use, the harder it gets.
Yeah.
And some clips are literally impossible with 1.
And here this elevator is actually really interesting, because in backward PS3 here, if you try to play, you get soft locked because the enemies fall through the elevator and you can't proceed through the level. Ratchet Runner found a way to avoid that, where you basically have to spend 10 minutes to stack tangle vines and get on top, so that's interesting. I would like to see that in a run, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Let's talk about the cool tricks here.
Oh yeah, this one is really cool. You basically climb on top of the pillar and then start walking on the ceiling, but here you do this really hard jump where you have to release X when gliding at one point. And here you can do 2 things. What I do right now, where you basically jump and fly to the checkpoint and hit it, or do what's called rubble clip.
Yeah, on the left there's like this pile of rubble and you can clip through them with like 3 tangle vines.
It's really hard, but if you get it super perfectly, it probably saves time, I guess.
Probably faster, like few seconds-ish.
I think what's really hard about it is because like there are enemies around it, and if you get damaged, then you don't get the checkpoint, and then if you die, you have to redo it all over. I
mean, we have the Konami code though, so it's probably not that bad.
By the way, the chalice, the Konami code thing, is something you get by collecting 3 key cards. I think after unlocking the treehouse, it's like an hidden item you can get, and it's really cool. It's kind of this huge Easter egg. But here I do this strat that Ratchet Runner found, where you can basically just walk on the ceiling.
The pillar, and now he gets this fast line to the level ending trigger.
Yeah, I basically hit the trigger, which is right here. And we get to Gadgetbots too. Probably one of the more hated levels here.
It is hated, but I'm starting to like it, because when you do certain things to prevent the game from being really evil to you, it can get fun.
I think what's really bad about it is it's how long it is. But like we tried a lot of things to skip it, and there is this technique called infinite jumping that you can do with Gadgetbots by stacking them on top of each other until they start flying. It's really hard to explain, but we thought it would be really useful in this level, because the ending of the level is directly on top of the spawn. But no, there are actually a ton of death barrier, and we tried like so many other things as well, but nothing seems to work here.
Yeah, like this weird wonky mechanic where we get one Gadgetbot stuck and then keep like the game to fail stacking them up, and it like infinitely moves a Gadgetbot to a certain direction, and but we couldn't get it to use. We couldn't get it useful.
Yeah, I think that's called Gadgetbot pushing. Here you actually do an optimization where you just send one of them.
Oh yeah.
And so you can later reunite with the other 2. It's really weird though that we can't physically break this level. Like, I don't think we do a single strat here that is like glitched based.
I wonder. Yeah, probably there's not a single one that's glitch based. I feel like the developers were also really careful when programming this. Like, you're not allowed to do a whole lot at the same time. It's annoying. I'll be honest, it's annoying.
Yeah, I think that's the main reason why this level is so boring, because it's not really that. Yeah, I think it's more that you don't really do anything. You just play it normally. Like if you have like
challenging though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that if you want to do it optimally, then it's really challenging.
Yeah, I do agree on that. Here you just have to pick up the dead of the enemies you kill to access these doors.
Did you know that it's always the same enemy that drops the helmet? So you can just kill that guy.
I also think it's really weird. But okay.
And here's like a small optimization. So I'm gonna switch to these two guys, make them follow, and then you can, even though one of them is still on the platform, you can already switch to this guy because you know he's gonna follow you to there.
Yeah. I think this leveling concept is really cool because you have to like, you're basically kind of fighting against the AI here that controls the fort. It's
a fight with the AI. They can also get like stuck just trying to follow you. That's super annoying. So you need to like do stuff to prevent that.
This part is annoying if you don't hit the switch, because the other one.
Yeah, the switches are dumb.
You kind of have to hold the square to get them. Like,
it's really precise to hit them.
Okay, here you get. I think this is the. No, this is not the last section.
No, but it's the longest puzzle.
Yeah. Something also interesting about this level is like when we move the camera and we get on top of it with no clip, it looks like it looks like hell, like the biblical representation of hell, like a giant how do you even call it, like a spiral going from bottom to the top.
I don't know, but I don't think it's a coincidence.
Yeah. They knew all along.
Here's a rather new optimization. So basically you need to listen to the audio cues, because if you hit this lever too fast, it will switch to the third gadget, which will prevent him from automatically jumping. So you kind of listen for an audio cue and wait a bit with hitting the lever.
Yeah, that's
for a
really
long time we just did not hit a lever because we didn't understand why hitting it too early would cause that. So we just waited a long time.
So here we have the last room for this area. I think here you have to break the two things on the side, and then you have to get the electricity to power the two generators, right?
I would say that basically. I would say this one is rather tricky though. This one.
It does get confusing.
Problems. It is. Yeah, it is confusing. This can pose problems to newer runners.
Yeah, I think especially in a run, if maybe you're even on a good pace and you kind of get distracted, this can definitely take a toll on the run.
Until you did it so often that your autopilot is okay.
Yeah.
So here you can see I actually walk a bit slower. Yeah, I think I guess I played it a bit on edge, but like at some point I actually had to wait there so I don't go too fast. Yeah, if you hit this lever too early, it's gonna prevent the third guy from jumping over because he's gonna switch to him.
Okay, and here we get to the final section.
Which also has a quite novel optimization. You know, with the helmets picking up while they jump over.
By the way, you see these rocks right now? Like, under it is where we started the spawn, so that's what I was talking about before.
It's so sad.
Yeah. It's also like really weird in this level because sometimes you can fall out of the map and you can actually die with gadgets. I think in one of these wing sections.
Yeah.
Here you get the helmet.
Yeah, and I already started jumping while they were still fighting. Which they can die sometimes. And then there's like these platforms, and again you need to be careful. Like you can see, I didn't fully go to the edge of the platform, because if you do that, it can like prevent you from actually being able to go to the next one. Here again.
I actually saw some people soft locking in this section because they kind of got stuck between the platforms, and they were like flying, but they couldn't move.
I guess I'm also preventing that then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, and we get to Ratchet 4.
Ratchet 4. Ratchet 4 and 5 are actually quite hard in any percent. Like you can die and lose your run and you're really sad.
Yeah. So here we are in the showers. And so what's supposed to be the main gimmick of this level, I think it's all the traps you can activate. You have like I think the vacuum things that basically if you activate them, all the enemies get sucked in that room and they die. And you also have these green buttons that can activate the showers and push the enemies away while damaging them. The main strat here is using the Rhino and the mine launcher. You use the Rhino mainly to kill the enemies at the start because they spawn more frequently, and the amiibos that spawn from the pipes. You'll see later that when I'm basically almost when I'm low on ammo with the Rhino, I switch to the mine launcher, so that I have the final ammo for the Rhino. And I use it for the boss.
Not to waste it.
Because there's actually a boss in this level. Yes, it's King Amiiboid. It's pretty easy. With the Rhino, I think you can kill it in 5-4 shots. Right?
Yeah. It's like you just kill the big Amiiboid with the first shot, then he splits up, so you kill those with the second shot, then it splits up again. It's something like 3 or 4, I guess.
Yeah. And here, start using the mine launcher. And something you can do here is place the mines in the center of the arena, so when the King Amiibo will spawn, they'll start damaging him. But it doesn't really save time because a cutscene plays anyway, and it's also faster to kill it with the Rhino. So, but it's something cool you can do. You can also place the B-mine glove there.
Now that I think about it, like I was the world record holder before Scary beat me here. Maybe the mine launcher is what enabled that.
Yeah, probably. I think Ratchet Runner also got a PB in this level.
I beat that one.
So you can see now the King Amiibo will spawn as soon as this guy stops spawning here.
Why don't you go for the select strategy, by the way? Does it also not work for you?
I don't remember. I think I tried it. But yeah, if you press select, you can start to move already.
Doesn't work.
You can see that it's already dead now.
I think it only works maybe in full game runs or something.
Yeah. But
anyway,
here we have
now
spaceship.
One of the coolest planets.
Yeah, this one is super cool. I love this one. So, Spaceship Graveyard. In this level, you do 2 main clips that skip the entirety of the level, and we both discovered those in like
Here's already the first one.
Yeah,
this is the box clip.
Yeah, exactly.
It took us like 1 year to find this, no?
It took a bit.
A way to skip this fight. I think we searched 1 year for this stuff. Yeah, so we skipped fighting some waves of enemies here.
And now we have Fungus Clip coming up. You have to be careful because these floating things are actually super dangerous because they explode and deal damage while also pushing you. So here you basically put a Tangle Vine there and then you can instantly clip through. This was discovered by me and the Elcon. I basically just posted the picture of me standing on that mushroom thing on the Discord, and then Elcon like in 1 hour later found a way to clip through. Like that was insane. And here we're already close to the end of the level.
The level of the end is already visible there on the horizon.
Yeah.
It's like a really... You don't know how much we're cutting away. Like you should edit in post like a map, like the map of this level, and then like a line where we go.
Yeah, I think I already have a screen of that. But yeah, you can see that we already finished it.
Because it's so cool how goddamn much we're skipping.
And here we have Quark 4.
Optimized level maybe. Yeah, Quark 4. Which is sadly not so optimized. There's like only small things. But basically there's like these 5 tentacles, I think, which are like the pathways, and at the end of each tentacle you have to save like a bus of space nuns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but we verified that in theory, if you like, there's like barriers in front of the tentacles that you can't yet go to, so you have to go to on the tentacles one after each other. But I verified in theory that if you found a way to get over these barriers, you could sequence break this level and get straight to the boss.
That would save a lot.
It would save a hell ton of a time. Like if you managed to get on the final tentacle, it would save like 6 minutes.
I think the only real strat we use into this level is like the turret almost at the end. But as you can see, this is like the thing we were talking about, like that barrier is what keeps us from doing the other objectives, and you have to do them in order. Sadly.
Yeah. We're really we're really close to skipping one tentacle.
Yeah.
Not trying anymore though. I gave up after falling to my death like 100 times. Oh my god. And in this room you need to kill all enemies, so some optimization can flow into that.
Yeah.
And I hate remembering if I have to go to the left or the right after these rooms. I have such a problem with that.
Oh, you don't remember where the right path is?
Yeah, I can't remember the path. I have so much.
I think it's both times to the right.
No, one time it's to the left.
Oh.
I know so much with confidence.
I think we'll see right now. Yeah, it's there. No, it's still to the right, I think. Look.
Let's see. I guess here it's neither.
Okay, here we have the first turret. We don't use this one, but with the next one we basically do a really cool strategy.
I'm like turning around now to shoot this guy, but
yeah.
This is like really drunk. Like what the hell am I thinking? Oh my god.
You really want those guys dead.
Oh my god, I think this was like on world record pace. I think I even got it, but that was really dicey. Nearly fell down there like multiple times.
Okay, and after this one we get to the last section.
I think so, yeah.
And then after that we have the boss fight.
Which is the coolest, the last section.
Yeah.
And the boss fight, like I think you also have like a big difference in time with against casual for the boss fight.
Yeah.
Because I think I really optimized that.
So here is the turret strat we do. You basically have to kill the enemy controlling the turret here and shoot at the wall, but here we just let the enemy do it. Of course you gotta be careful, because you can kill the other guys, so you don't want that.
Now the next part where we have to kill the guy on the turret and then shoot ourselves is also really optimized. Like,
oh yeah, this one.
This is actually really hard to get it like that.
And there we go, now we have the boss.
Yeah, now the boss.
The boss is pretty easy, I'd say. You basically have to punch him, and then when his eye closes, you want to use the lemons that deals extra damage.
Yeah, but not too early.
Yeah, exactly, because if you do it too early, you just waste it. Because, like, you want the lemons to... them to use it when he's closing the eye and he can't take damage. So you can deal some extra damage.
I don't know how easy it is if you go for frame-perfect lemons though, Scary.
Yeah.
Are you doing that? Are you doing your homework? Frame-perfect lemons.
No, I'm probably not doing that. And as we can see, it's gone.
Fast.
Now here we have the one and only giant Clank section in this game. It's kind of like the one in SACmented, except this one is at least more tolerable, I guess. You have basically a laser that completely destroys enemies, and it doesn't have ammo. It has completely infinite ammo. It takes like 5 seconds to recharge every time. So you're mainly using that and your blaster.
It's so painfully easy though.
Yeah. And then you use the rockets and the lasers against like the 2 boss fights you have. It's pretty easy. I think during this segment...
the skill point for
oh, true, that one. where
I
you have to
took
get
like
all the
5
points.
hours. Basically, there's a skill point where you need to kill enough stuff flying around, like enemies and stuff lying around. But it's like you literally can't miss anything. You need to shoot everything before it flies away, or it's like impossible. So that took me hours.
Yeah, that's pretty hard. I think while there's this section playing, we could talk about like the other categories.
Extensions?
This game, yeah, also a category is extension. So we
Also
have
category
like,
extension.
of course, we talk about Noite, what makes it different from NG+, because in NG+, we use the treehouse glitch that allows us to teleport to any wretched section, and that's also something we use in cat extensions, because the cat extensions we have right now are ATB, I think. Yeah, it's ATB NG+, and then this guy's percent. So ATB NG+ is just ATB, where you have to collect all the titanium bolts.
But you can do it in NG+.
Yeah, exactly. And in NG+, it's way easier because you can teleport to wretched sections. And you already have the weapons, so the wretched challenges are way easier. Because you need them to get some titanium bolts. I keep saying gold bolts because I was playing Rift Apart up until like Monday, so yeah.
He's pretty cracked in 10 GB. Don't try to beat his world record there.
You regret it definitely because it took me so long. But anyways, in a disguise percent, we disguise as every enemy in the game, and it's kind of similar to ATB, but we kind of have a different route and we play less of the game. I think that the time right now for world record is like 1 hour 20, and there's this cool strat we do in both ATB NG+, and disguise percent, which is a strat on Hydrono, where you basically do an out of bounds and you have to time the tie rank to clip in one of the titanium bolts room. That's super cool.
Yeah, and we have the additional strat on Rhinosis.
Oh yeah, true. You also have to get.
I strat hunted that thing so long, but it's worth it.
Yes, because you have to get one of the titanium bolts.
Such a big time
Rhinosis.
save actually. It's such a big time save actually because you can do the ratchet levels so much faster with the B mine. And I needed to strat hunt that to be able to get the platinum bolt and the B mine.
Yeah, true.
Without the kingpin escaping. So that was actually really important. I think, was it the sub 3 ATB? Was that? Yeah, I think that was the goal I was going for.
Yeah, we also have different ways to play categories, because we have NG0 now, which is basically NG plus but played as if it was any percent.
It were any percent, yeah.
So it's pretty cool. We can save even more time. It does save a lot of time on the boss fight, as you'll see when we get to it.
Because it's a double-edged sword, though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a double-edged sword.
But as of right now, I think we just finished the boss.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess.
And
but damn, this.
Now we have another section. Yeah, you have the second one.
Oh no!
There are two
It
bosses.
was the first boss. This level, man. Oh no.
Oh, by the way, those ships with like that are like tracking you down with the laser, they actually slow you down. So you want to kill them as fast as possible.
There's just no time save in this level. It's so annoying that we didn't find anything.
No, I think it's even more annoying that the only time save it's like to not lose time, because you want to kill those ships as fast as possible.
Wait, which one? These here?
Yeah, this here, because they slow you down. And it's so annoying because they don't even deal damage to you.
I don't think it loses time if you get... They actually only slow down your movement to the left and the right.
So I don't know, I remember not killing them once and it didn't beat my PB for this level, but I don't know.
I think that was just coincidence. Maybe you split it later. I know for very sure I never saved a frame on this level, so they only slow down your movement. Like
maybe at one point we'll be able to skip it. And here we have the second boss, which is just two of the same boss again.
Yeah. But basically, after this level, we have the next Ratchet level, which also is a pain in any percent. Yeah. It costed me tears.
That's where NG Plus starts, like regular NG Plus.
Yeah, exactly. That's where NG Plus starts.
Because you teleport to it immediately with the treehouse.
Oh, I should mention that the treehouse glitch, we talked about how it can allow you to go to teleport to all ratchet levels. So it's like a really interesting way of the Insomniac glitches. It's like this game's version of that.
Yeah.
And it allows for really creative routing for categories that can use it. Because you can teleport to 5 different spaces.
And now we have Ratchet 5, so this Ratchet level is probably the most optimized one. Because again, it's the start of NG+, and it's probably where I had like most of my resets, because you want to get this one right. And what you use is the Walloper and the Rhino. And you try to go for Walloper boosting, which is basically cancelling the Walloper's animation while switching weapon, and that kind of gives you a small boost. It can also be pretty huge if you time it right. But you don't really need that here, you just need to get to the other side as fast as possible, because you'll know where the enemies are spawning. And there's a bit of RNG involved here. Because you want them to spawn on the same side sometimes, like here. In this case, if I had all 3 of them spawn on the same time, that would save a lot of time. But this run is actually pretty good.
If we are honest, we don't even know how to do this level optimally, because we never counted how much enemies it takes for the next wave to start.
Yeah, but I think we can kind of...
I mean, we can intuit it. We can intuit it. We probably do.
I think that's how mostly it works.
Intuition always has like a limit, though.
What's a big problem about this level is that sometimes they shoot fireballs at you, and when that happens, you might even die, because your screen, you can basically you can't see anything because the fireballs are huge.
Yeah, you
and
can
they deal a ton of damage to you as well.
I guess
over
in
time.
a full game run you could just pause the game and do the Konami code healing you to full life. But I guess that's no option for an NG Plus run.
And here we have the third race. This
this
run in
one's
particular
funny.
is super interesting, because this one is super fast, and we never managed to get a run quite like this, because we end the level earlier here.
I never managed to beat this.
Yeah, same, I've tried.
I mean, I got the same ending, but it was always slower.
Yeah, I really don't know what I did here, but it did work.
It's so random that he got it.
So
It
here,
looks like you don't even exactly know what you're doing.
the main thing we do here is just kill the enemies as fast as possible, and we're still using the environment here, and as you can see, I just used the mines back there. Here you want to use this sign right here. And when you get to the last checkpoint, you still have like 4 waves, and after that the ending will spawn. So in this IL in particular, I kill these 4 waves before a certain point. And I got the ending of the level earlier by like, I think it's like something like 50 meters, considering like the distance.
Yeah, this ending saves like over the ending we do in race, over the ending we do in like full game runs, like it saves maybe like 10 seconds?
Yeah, something like that, definitely.
5 to 10 seconds. I for the longest time I actually just didn't play this with any idea, and lost like 50 seconds slower than this. Like for a long time, until I actually analyzed how Dasby did it so fast.
Normally when you jump down here, you have a few obstacles to avoid, but here the ending just spawned in front of me.
Yeah,
so
this is
yeah, GG.
the hyper fast ending.
And now we have Quark 5, the last Quark level. Now this one is round based.
It is round based, and for like different rounds you have like different numbers of enemies you need to kill for the next round to start.
So yeah, you're playing as Cowboy Quark, and you need to get rid of the cacti while protecting the dam.
Yeah.
And the main strat here is pushing them off the edge, because that kills them instantly.
So something notable is I'm going to miss like one of these cacti, but it's totally okay in round 2 to miss one, because round 3 is already starting and stuff like this is going on.
Yeah.
So you might think I lost time there, but I didn't. Same here.
It's weird, it doesn't work for all rounds, only for a few.
Yeah. For some rounds you need to kill all, that is true.
Oh, by the way, we also get some like power-ups that can help us. For example, this is the poisonous gas, which is, as you can see, it just releases a cloud of poisonous gas that instantly kills them.
You should note that we can control it.
Yeah,
I didn't notice for so long.
but just moving, we can control its direction. And it's super good. We also get the lawnmower later on, which basically Quark starts riding a lawnmower and all the enemy he touches die instantly. And there's also a third power-up that we don't get because you only get it after the dam starts leaking. And we don't use it because when the dam starts leaking, you get a cutscene that loses time. Plus, every time you use the power-up, you get an extra cutscene. So
You don't want the dam to go so low.
yeah, exactly. It's not worth it. Plus, the power-up sucks.
Let's also talk about the route change. Like for the longest time in round 8 here, the lawnmower spawns and we used it, but turns out that's actually really stupid because this level, round 8 I mean, is basically an auto-scroller that can't be sped up by killing enemies fast, so that was really inefficient.
Yeah, I found that out just by watching one of Dus's old runs. And I noticed that he didn't use it here, and he got a pretty good time. But then I noticed that by not getting the lawnmower, it could save even more time in the later rounds. So yeah, I just added a few optimization, and this is so far like the best route we found for this. So I think we then get that lawnmower around like 12, right?
Where do we get it? Not on 12, I think.
No, after the next cow waves or whatever. After a certain amount of rounds, some cow will start spawning and charging at you.
Oh no.
It's completely useless. It
It's
doesn't
so
add anything.
boring.
It's super boring. But it's just there. At least it's not another round of cacti, I guess. So it's okay in that sense. So here you have to kill them.
Yeah, here you have this in round 11. I actually think it's
That was
really hard
precise.
to instantly kill them.
Yeah, that was super precise.
I actually practiced that for hours. No joke.
Every time
Over
I'm running
multiple days.
like one of these sections avoiding the cows, I always try to squeeze through like 2 of them that are really close, and sometimes it actually works.
Swag out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. This terrible gameplay design.
Yeah, but here in round 13 is where we use the lawnmower.
Not yet, I think.
We first kill a couple of them.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, yeah, we're alright. It's been some time since I've ran this category, I guess.
By the way,
Or like any category.
if no one, for those who didn't notice, only the cactus wielding guns will attack the dam. The other ones will chase Quark. So you'll always have to focus those. As you can see,
That's actually the first tip that we have. That's actually the most important tip that we give to new runners. Like, focus the guys with the guns. Memorize where they spawn. Kill them as soon as they spawn.
Plus, if you shoot them, you can actually kind of stun them, and they won't shoot at you or at them.
Oh yeah.
When they take damage.
That's actually useful to know. What we kind of forgot to mention is in this section, if you get hit twice, only twice, and you don't even have invulnerability after getting hit, you lose your consciousness and can't do anything for 5 seconds. It's infuriating.
Yeah, you don't even die. That's what makes it like
infuriating.
Yeah.
And you have to watch him do nothing in shame.
While they destroy the dam.
Yeah.
So this
then
part is
there's
also
this.
kind of an auto-scroller.
We don't even know how to do this optimally, honestly.
I think you just have to like do it like this in order, like kill the ones that spawn first.
I have no idea, man.
I don't think you can even save time.
I have
honestly.
some kind of algorithm in my brain, but honestly, I don't know if it's perfect.
Like I usually go in a
That's-
triangle pattern here, like I start from
Yeah, me
the
too.
left and go to the right, and then restart all over. And then we'll get to the last rounds after this wave.
Yeah, there's like 2 more rounds that you actually have to play good. I haven't really optimized strat for the last 2 rounds.
I think the last 2 are probably the easiest ones because they're mostly swordsmen, and the last one you already have the power-ups.
Casually maybe, but if you go for optimal run, I think the last wave is actually the hardest.
I don't know. I don't.
There's like a
don't know what
lot
you're
of things
gonna
that go into that. Like, so basically first.
Here, just wanna punch these two.
Yeah, punch these two, but yeah, kind of failed something there. I see now.
You wanna make sure you hit more than one there, because if you get like 3 of them with a punch, you do that even faster. And here you just want them to walk in straight into the poisonous gas, and it's over.
I'm telling you, it's hard. Try to beat my IL if you think it's easy.
Nah, I don't want to play that level anymore. Okay, so here we have Gadgetbots 3. One of the coolest levels. I think this is the coolest level in the game
This is the coolest level.
You use Gadgetbot clipping here, which is basically stacking them up and then kind of releasing one of them, and you basically clip through while letting the other one stay behind. And we do it with 3 and 2 of them, so we can see that we then stuck the other 2 that got through the door, and then we clip with 1 again.
Yeah, we skip all of the puzzles.
And here when we hit the checkpoint,
restart checkpoint skip.
You have to be super fast.
Right, if you get the checkpoint, you restart the challenge, and it instead of restarting the challenge, it actually respawns all 3 Gadgetbots that we lost for the clips at the checkpoint.
No idea why that
really
happens.
Weird.
It only happens here also. So
this IL is actually an insane performance by its scary.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We have this skip where you, instead of waiting for them to jump over the swing one after each other, you give the wait command and then stack them up over the edge. And then there's the aggro clip.
You see, you just basically just attack and they clip through the door. That easy. You just need the enemies to be there though. And here we have any scary. This is what called any scary, is just clipping through the door here. There are many strats to do it, but this is what I usually do.
Yeah, there's a consistent one and a non-consistent one. And stuff's going on so fast because now we're in the kind of final level.
Yeah, that's true.
What you might not see right now is that we're already kind of doing we're already doing fish skip right now. Because this movement here needs to be perfect in order for you to get in fish skip.
Yeah, I want to hit the cycle.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into fish skip. Then you need to perfectly dodge this laser. And then you can, and now you earned your chance to do fish skip.
Let's go fish skip.
Which is a really precise
For those wondering, by the way, a fish skip became such a big meme. Because we were joking about imagining a time where we would actually be that desperate for optimization where we would do fish skip. And we actually started doing it.
And it happened.
Yeah, and plus it's super hard to practice because it looks super simple, but it's actually really hard to time because you need to get time. You need to get the perfect time in there.
Yeah, clipping there, by the way, is deprecated because with NG0 it would probably be faster to just kill them all.
But here we also do the glass clip to skip the.
Oh yeah, I do an insta clip. I mean setupless. This was, oh my god, this was actually from a full game run, I think, and I actually went for that. It was insane. I knew I had to do this trick and. I didn't go into first person. Here
we have the out of bounds I found. I think this is back when I started running SAC. I basically just stuck 3 of them. Yeah, exactly. You basically stuck... I used to stack 3 of them, now we just stuck 2. And then you wanna hit the trigger of the boss, which is basically a giant rectangle, and as you can see, Jasper now is gonna try to hit the corner. I don't know how you do this, but what I usually do here, I try to look out for the Tyrang icon there, and when you get close...
I think I have something better. I equip the bomb and I can see this indicator.
No, I usually try to look for the icon, and when I'm Clank's antenna is touching it, I usually just release and hit the trigger. But I think it still works similar. So here you're gonna see that we have 2 bosses. Why is that? Because one of them is NG0 and the other one is regular NG+. And you're gonna see the difference because in NG0, Clank is actually super squishy and you can kill him in 2 minutes or something, while in NG+, he's just super long.
In barely under 2.
Yeah, exactly. But you're basically seeing the best NG0 Clank fight and the best NG+ Clank fight, which, by the way, the second one is insane. It's a 7-minute Clank. Oh no, it's sub 8. but it's so
It's
good.
it's barely sub 8. Clank has always been my speciality.
So what
I
you
was
do
like
here,
contradictory to it, Scary.
you basically have to
He
fight
always
three
he always
suits.
optimized he always optimized the beginning of the NG plus runs, and I optimized the end.
Yeah, true. Here you have to fight the three suits Clank has, which is basically the Kingpin, Nefarious, and Ratchet. The
Yeah.
Kingpin is super easy because it just throws fires at you, and sometimes it like pushes you away. Nefarious also is kind of easy because it just throws lasers. Ratchet is definitely the most tricky ones because he has an attack that covers the entire arena and will always hit you no matter what. What we do to avoid that is we just spam bombs here. You do that by pressing triangle and circle over and over. And we also place tangle vines in a way that it walks right into them. So yeah, we deal a
Yeah.
ton of damage.
A lot goes into the sub 8 Clank, like movement manipulation, need the right rhythm and timing for the bomb spam. It was actually, and the boss fight is so long, so I feel like that was quite a performance.
Yeah, you can see that the NG01 is basically already over.
Yeah.
Well, with the other one, we're basically not even halfway.
Oh yeah. Barely under 8 minutes, I guess.
By the way, these like quick time events you have to hit, even if you do them super quickly. Yeah, you can see that right now NG0 is done and it's at 39. That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
And if you hit the QTEs instantly, even if you do that, it loses time anyway because you will always have to wait for like the cutscene to finish playing, because you'll see there's like a progress bar. You have to wait for that. So it doesn't really matter if you do them super fast, which is a shame, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
I think we can talk about more of the differences between NG Plus and NG0 here, since we still have this fight going on.
Are there so much?
Yeah, because in NG0, basically you can one-shot every enemy in the game.
True.
And what we do in NG0, we basically have to play the game like really a ton of time. I think it's more than 100,000. It's but less than a million.
3
from what I
billion.
remember. No, I don't remember
3
it being that
billion.
much. Could be, but anyway. So I found that out using Cheat Engine. Hammerov helped me, and when I found that out, I basically noticed that. I mean, the whole point of that was to get a faster Clank fight, but now since you one-shot every enemy in the game, you definitely save some time here and there. Like for example, you can save time in the casino because you don't need the Hypno Watch now,
Yeah.
and on Hydro because you don't need to do the door clip.
I guess, yeah.
Plus, like, I guess some general optimization for just being OP.
Yeah. Or just automatic time gain.
Yeah, but like if you see like the any percent version of Clank, you'll see like how easy it is compared to the NG Plus counterpart.
Yeah. And there was a cutscene skip, and I should note that you can soft block there if
Yeah,
you
true.
if you trigger the cutscene at a certain timing. Like when the suit switches at a certain timing with that process.
By the way, while this fight is still going on, I want to plug the SAC Discord if you guys want to run the game, or I don't know, want to try a few glitches out. If you need any help, you can join the SAC Discord. We'll help you out. Also,
Yeah.
I'll also post a link to the segmented any percent run that Jasper made. If you still have, yeah, you uploaded that, I think.
Yeah, 147.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But this is somehow faster. Like, we always thought that no height was gonna be slower. But apparently not.
What was the time of the no hiked without NG0 again?
We'll see that soon.
Okay.
But I think from the pace, I think it's gonna be 44.
144,
44
yeah.
or 45.
That's still 3 minutes slower than my segmented run for any percent. So I guess it really is way faster, the NG Plus.
Also, I wanna remind the people watching that Sam is apparently going to run this game. And he's gonna have to do this fight, so good luck to you, Sam, especially beating the time we achieved. I don't think it will be that easy for you, but who knows.
Yeah.
I think me and Jasper will definitely return to the game when he starts running, just to be annoying.
to make it even harder than him. Bro, I already hoarded like 10 world records, so every time he gets it, I just submit mine.
True.
It's the real strats to be
Also,
annoying.
guys, shoutouts to him for like getting us into speedrunning.
True, and to all the SACpack members.
True, and also the Rock Discord, because there are like some really cool people there.
True.
Also, we're getting closer here.
Yes.
Oh, something I want to point out that not many people kind of talk about when doing this game is that there's actually an extra level, which is the credits.
True.
You actually play as Giant Clank in the credits, which, okay, it's really cool thing, I guess, but
I feel like when them starts speedrunning Secret Agent Clank, that I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna practice again, and if I just keep practicing, I'll always be a step ahead of him, right?
yeah, you should be able to. Also, latest world record right now was achieved by Ratchet Runner in no height, and it's currently I think 49, right? No, 47.
In this category you're watching.
With NG0, so we already did beat this that with this segmented. And also, I'm gonna link Ratchet Runner's channels in the description.
The segmented is currently 12 minutes faster-ish than the world record from humans, so that's kind of sad. I think it's time that I go back to this category.
Yeah, I can definitely achieve some killer times. And I think this is gonna be the last hit, and then you're gonna spam the bomb, and it should be over.
Yeah.
Let's go. So yes, this is a 44. I think this is really insane comparing it to the times we have on the leaderboards right now.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's pretty good. So again, I just want to say thank you all for watching and for joining us in this amazing SACmented, if you will, run.
Yes, thank you.
It's been amazing. Maybe we'll do a commentary of the 90% run as well. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you guys.
Bye.